and author Carly Simon has found a way to combine all three talents in one project. Fisherman's Song, written for her latest album, Have You Seen Me Lately, is on its way to becoming a book. The lyrics will be accompanied by illustrations for Carly's third book, which she calls A Romance for All Ages. In a few moments, she is going to sing Fisherman's Song for us, but first we'll talk with Carly Simon. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you, too.
And another book, because I talked to you with the first two books, children's books, I mean.
Yeah, well, this is going to be, it's not going to be out, actually, until August.
But the words are, if I have to put it into all, it's the feeling that you can still have about someone when they're not with you. Is that a fair assessment?
Well, you know, it came about when I was recording my recent album, Have You Seen Me Lately? And it was around Christmas time, and I hadn't seen my son Ben for a few days because he was asleep by the time I got home. So I called him and I said, please wait up for me. And I got home, but he was already asleep, and so I was terribly dismayed, and I went into his room and I pulled down the shades and I opened the window a little bit, and then I lay down beside him on top of the bed, and I smelled his skin and I kissed his eyelids before I left the room, and I thought, he'd never let me do this if he was awake. I mean, this would really be a no-no, because at that point he was 13 years old, and you know, I was being the cuddly mom that I used to be a little bit after the fact. Anyway, so I went away, and I thought this could really be transferred to an unrequited love situation so well. And I went into my room, and I started getting those symptoms that I get just before I get automatic writing.
What are those symptoms?
Well, I sort of feel as if I'm going to break out in hives, although the hives don't really appear. And one of my eyebrows goes in the other direction. It feels like all the strands are picking themselves up, and for instance, this one is just moving all in that direction. And then I sat down at the guitar. I knew that symptom because I've had it a couple of times before, and I knew what to be ready for. And I sat down, and it just poured out. And in 15 minutes, the whole song was written.
See, I find that so amazing.
I find it amazing, too, because honestly, it had nothing to do with
But
me.
it was obviously a rush of real, honest feelings. And you have children now who are, what, 14 and 17?
Yes.
So that's the age where, of course, they start kind of breaking away, becoming a little independent. And I know that you've been a real close, loving mommy. Has it been tough to kind of let go?
It's very tough.
Oh,
Around
yeah.
now, I want a new little one.
Oh, yeah?
I
Are we going to act on this, Carly?
I've thought about it. I really have been
Yeah.
thinking about it a lot lately, because next year Ben is probably going to go away from home. Sally's away in school, and Ben is probably going to be going away to school too, and it's just, it wrenches me. It is wrenching. Well, you have the same experience.
Oh, yeah. And the hat here?
The hat is a hat that I've designed, just, I mean, with no other purpose than to make a hat that I like to wear, or that, you know, that I feel look, because I don't look very good in hats.
For kids or adults? This is for both?
For anybody who wants to wear
both.
them. Yeah, and we've called it the Fisherman's Daughter. Right.
So, well, she had nothing else to do, so she's home besides the song, the album, and the book. She's just threw together this little hat here. It's great to see you again. We're going to break for a moment. We're going to come back, and when Good Morning America continues, we will have a song from Carly Simon, so don't go away. We're back with Carly Simon singing Fisherman's Song.
In a pine forest cooler than the rest of the island lives a young fisherman with eyes like the sea. He built his own boat and made his own cabin, but he's broken the hearts of the likes of me. Now you must understand, he made me a promise. There were secrets we shared. We planted a tree. We lived in his cabin. I fished alongside of him. I fell under the spell of his sorcery. When he cast me adrift at the end of the summer, it was not for another, but his own privacy. I fell apart like a rose, but the scent of my longing remains, and it weeps like an old willow tree. Night when it's still with a yellow when his candle is snuffed and he's deep in a dream. I move like a cat and crawl into his window and lie down beside him in a golden moonbeam. The smell of his skin is just like the summer when our love was as fresh as the grass in the fields. And ever so softly I kiss his eyelids before slipping away, my secret concealed. Though I'm in it alone, I'm still in it in love. And love can be lonely like a sweet melody, but just maybe he feels me like a whisper inside of him, like an angel beside him, keeping him company.